Well, well, well. Here we are. I think it's the first time this year, 2025.
No.
Yeah, pretty sure. Wait, why am I like contorted? Wait. Let me get closer here so people can see us.
You're shredded. I mean, no wonder nobody wants to see me anymore.
No, don't say that.
I remember when I was the favorite. Like, there was a time, and I liked it. But it's sweat. Like, what happened? Nobody wants to see me anymore. Once you got shredded.
That's not true. We have 61 people right now. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Complimenting your choice of hat.
I love this one.
And
my hair was really bad today, so I decided to wear this. I'm not kidding. It's really bad.
By the way, Dylan was the first person who commented, and somebody says, "Who cares?" I care. Come on. Plus, Dylan, I bought this knife from Dylan. He makes knives, by the way.
Yes, Todd, you were right about that. Ooh.
Dude, that
so
thing
once
is
again,
so
there's an example. Like Dylan, he probably gave you that, right?
No, he didn't give me anything. I support his business. He's a knife maker, and it's just great.
What are you gonna do with that? I mean,
although I would say, Dylan, the Kydex sheet he made, it's like I would say for a smaller knife.
It's awesome
because, dude,
I wish I had a knife like that. I mean,
this
cool.
is how.
Yeah, you get a lot of.
I mean, it's a good way. You don't have to go to the gym with this thing, by the way, because.
Wow, Brazil. Hey, Tomas from Brazil. Utah, good skiing going on out there still. Senorita loves my hat.
Wait, what?
It says Senorita. Just saying it like that makes me love my hat. This one's so cool, and some of these I get as gifts, and I just love them.
Somebody says I'm talking to Ed to do my Sidewinder class just so I can dive with you two. That's awesome.
Great. Awesome. But you can dive
with
us
anyway. Saying it has to break in, bro.
You can definitely.
I think I'm gonna break the knife before I can break this in.
My certification dives keeps getting rescheduled for bad weather. Bob from California. Okay, April 26th, man. Hey, then you can come to our meetup. We still have spots left in our meetup, right? I think I keep seeing Terry post.
Yeah,
like
we have a couple. We have a couple rooms left.
So jump on those last few rooms.
Yeah.
And where do you do that? What's the website?
DiveTalkMeetup.com.
There you go.
Pretty straightforward.
So come with us.
Yeah.
Scuba girls.
Dude, you should try. You should try the chocolate. We were talking about this. No chewing allowed. This chocolate I bought in New York. It's so good. You got to try it. All right, I'm gonna hook you up here. Here, just grab
Thank
one.
you. Appreciate you sharing your. No, I appreciate you sharing your gifts with me. You get a lot of them, and I get enough. Wait, what?
The whole bag. Just grab one from the bag. You don't chew it though.
You don't chew this thing.
You don't chew it. Just.
I don't understand how you eat it or chew it.
No, just suck on it.
I'm chewing.
No, don't chew it, bro. You just messed it up.
I have to chew. My mouth cannot stand still.
That's terrible.
I have to chew.
It's not a trick, by the way. People are like, "Oh, I'm being set up." No, is it good or what? But you have to.
Delicious, but I had to chew. I can't do it.
It's awesome. By the way, not sponsor. I don't.
It's like training on DPV when you can't kick. I have to practice. Mine's gone, by the way. If you wondered if I like it.
All right.
I know we're supposed to be serious on these. How cool! First time one pronounces my name correctly. Tomas.
How about that? Let's see.
Tips
what do we have?
on equalization. Gets easier. Honestly, I'm not kidding you. It really does. It's strange. Everybody used to tell me. I used to tell my students, I promise it's going to get easier to equalize. I promise. And in the pool, it's really hard. It's such a great percentage change of pressure because you're in like a 10-foot pool. Massive percentage change of pressure difference. And I'm like, just wait till we get in the ocean and you break down below 33 feet. But it does. Your like gestation tubes loosen up. And it's like, you've said it many times, like, do you even think about equalizing much anymore?
No.
It's just kind of. I kind of do.
No,
like
but I've talked about.
And I'm equalized.
I've talked about this that I have this weird physical attribute, which
I know, you do.
Don't say I don't. I haven't even said what it is.
Oh,
I'm saying I have this disorder. Yes, I don't know how to say it.
God,
okay, hold on, but let me explain what it is. that I don't have to equalize. It's like my ears just self-equalize.
So you're going down.
Yeah.
And you just
It
nothing.
just works.
You're not trying. You're not yawning. You're not doing anything.
I'm just being myself, and it just happens.
I wonder why you're so arrogant.
That's.
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking something had to contribute to it. I don't know. Maybe that's it. It's like I don't know. It's a weird.
I think it's actually damage from playing water polo and going to the bottom of like the diving pool and stuff. Just destroyed my ears in the process.
By the way, there's some more. There's comments where nobody's looking better than ever, Gus.
Well, that's
you're a stud.
Oh, they're probably talking about my Amigos shirt, huh? Amigos Dive Center, my favorite dive shop. And
Fletcher,
Bruce.
What do you mean I can't be control? Give me a knife.
That's not. No.
What? I don't understand. I mean, you have.
I gave you a knife. I made you a knife.
I have it. I love it.
You don't even know where it is.
Oh
where
my
is
God.
it?
Literally on my nightstand. I never let. Yes, I keep it next to me always. That pink knot.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I'm gonna bring it next.
All right, bring it next time because. Oh, I see. Rishi self-equalizes too. It might be just for super smart people. Who knows? Is there a recommended number of dives or recommended amount of experience that you should have for someone to get their advanced open water? So I think if you're talking about the title, like the title the agencies give you, every agency has like their minimum standards. But if you're talking about the actual meaning of the word, I'll give you an example. In PADI, I think you can be an advanced open water diver with 5 dives. Something like that. Yeah, it's like you have to do like 4 specialties, and it's like 1 dive per specialty.
SSIs I thought was more like 25 or something.
SSI is 24, but in PADI it's less than 10. And somebody can make a comment here. And
somebody just gave away 5.
Yeah, that's Jorge.
Memberships.
Jorge, thank you for giving away memberships. But I'm just saying.
Thank you.
With a handful of dives, they will give you the title of advanced diver. But would you consider yourself an advanced diver with 10 dives?
I don't like to do that. I don't like to say, maybe some people are really good and but the problem when we say really good, first of all, that's so subjective. Because the experience is enabling you to deal with problems. Right? Think about having a lot of dive experience doesn't help you much when everything's perfect. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to do. When everything's perfect and you're diving, to be perfectly honest with you, there's no real skill. You're not doing anything. But when there are problems, that's when the experience comes into play. I see you chewing. So we can't not eat that without chewing.
I'm not chewing. I never chew.
What is that?
My mouth.
There's no acting. But anyway, that's my point. When there's problems, that's when you need the experience. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dang, Gus, how much weight have you lost? Dang, Gus, you look amazing, and you're incredible.
You're making that up.
And then I'm on the video.
I'm
blurry, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
You cannot see your eyes, the camera?
Hello. Hello.
Why are you blurry, bro?
I don't know, man. I think you did that on purpose, just to...
I wonder if it's focusing on the eyes of the hat instead of your actual eyes.
Okay, look.
All right, hold on. Let me...
What the heck's going on? It doesn't make sense. Well, I'm wearing it, so... Gus, are you retired? I think so.
Am I what?
I mean, I never saw him work, so...
That's not... Okay.
I've never seen him work, so I don't know.
Now my camera's blurry. What the...
Mine's perfect now.
What's going on here?
When are you guys coming to Australia? I loved it. Dove all through there. I don't know when we're coming back, but I do love Australia. I think I had 13 dives when I did my rescue diver through PADI. Jonathan said, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I do want to go to Australia.
This hat is awesome. Thank you very much. Gil.
Do you guys have any plans to dive with Mike Young?
I need some more hats. Nobody sends them to me anymore since once you overtook the favorite spot. I don't get anything.
I'm nobody's favorite. They're asking if we have any plans to dive with Mike Young anytime soon. Actually, yes. We will be diving with Mike in the pool because we have a try-go rebreather in May. in only a few weeks here in Atlanta.
Diver Supply in Marietta.
You can come,
And
dive
you
to
can sign
go,
up.
meet us,
Where's
meet
the sign
Mike.
up? I forget. There's a sign up website.
That I don't remember. I'm gonna let Terry, who I think is watching,
please help us.
post a link
Where
here.
is the sign up website?
It's something like
for our
divetalkgo.com/try it.
Basically, what we're saying is you can try our Dive Talk Go.
Try me out.
In the pool at Diver Supply. You have to sign up online. And there's still a few spots left, but I don't remember the website. We should know that we have a flyer for it and everything, but
Yeah, that's true. Well, we share it on the channel on the post, like the community tab. If people go there, the last post is about that. Try Rebreather. Let's see. What else? What other questions do you guys have? Let's talk about why we haven't done a live stream in so long. Is we went traveling. We went to Saudi Arabia. We went to Germany. That Germany video we never released because I feel like there was a lot of travel. You know what I'm saying?
Shorten it. I think it was cool. We had some great stuff going on with there.
Yeah. So we
spent time with Akam there.
We went to a conference in Germany, in Dusseldorf, which I had never been to, and it was epic. The boat show is called.
It's huge.
Humongous.
Much bigger than Demon. It's a consumer show, so you have,
for sure,
not just the pros there.
Absolutely. We want you guys to come down under and run a Go class. We have a few of my kids that are keen. Actually, we are right now working on getting an instructor in Australia. This guy named Aaron. Aaron is going to be our instructor in Australia.
Great.
So
we need it.
Yeah, you guys are going to be able to get certified on the Go very, very soon. Aaron Hogan is his name. What do you guys think of the 6th golden rule of cave diving could be to increase safety even further? We've talked about this many times. The 6th rule of cave diving.
I know I have one, but
is don't cave dive alone.
Exactly.
Yeah. That I think would increase safety, and it's not an official rule of cave diving, mainly because a lot of cave divers dive alone, but if you want to increase safety for cave diving, diving with a buddy will be the 6th rule. What else do we have?
There's a lot of cave divers in Brazil. Tomaz is asking, do we know anybody who cave dives in Brazil? I mean, there's a bunch. It's pretty popular, Tomaz, in Brazil. You can, I'm not sure where you can find out what dive shops are doing it there, but
I would love to do that. We should go to Brazil and cave dive. That would be cool.
Oh, man, I love Brazil.
Yeah.
I've
been there, but I was there for work. I didn't even dive or anything.
Wow. We should go back.
Yeah, we got to go back. And plus, I won that, the international endorsement or whatever from NSS CDS. You know how you can get the awards, like the Abe Davis Award that we both have for 100 cave dives? If you cave dive in 5 different countries, there's an award for that.
Really?
Yeah.
So we've cave dived in 3.
Bahamas, Mexico, and the U.S. So we need more.
Yes. We
need Brazil. And then, I don't know. And this is why the European tour, I think, makes sense. If we go to Europe and do like France and England and like...
You see what happens when you're retired, how you can do all that stuff? I work.
All right, let's see. Where would you guys like to dive? A place you haven't been yet. I mean, I haven't been to Galapagos. You have, but I haven't. I would love to go there.
I would go back. I'm just going to let you know, no problem. With the Go, you do a liveaboard in Galapagos. You really got to do a liveaboard.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect for the Go. Cold, dry suit for sure, but so what? So much marine life.
Yeah. There's so many questions about the whole weight loss thing. Like, guys, we've talked about this. I've talked about this before. Like, this is not
it's pickleball.
A weight loss channel.
Pickleball, amazing. Look what happens when you play pickleball.
I do play pickleball every day. Today I played at 7:30 in the morning. I started at like 7:15 till 9:15, 2 hours.
And then we're gonna go.
And I'm playing from 6 to 8 tonight.
No.
Of course.
Is it a league? Is that when you say you're playing? So are you just gonna show up there and then somebody?
Yeah. I show up. It's open court. It's called, and you play against everybody. It's awesome.
So you just
I have a tournament on Saturday. Legit, I have a tournament.
You're kidding.
I'm not. I'm full
So
on.
you're good
playing.
enough now to play in a tournament.
Well, yeah, but like, I wouldn't say I'm good enough for the tournament. Tournaments are split in like skill
Are there
levels.
guys and girls there that just could crush you? Still,
All of them.
and you play, and they're just amazing.
Yeah, no, they're great. Yeah, but I've been playing every day.
It is fun though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I play every day. Like when I look at the amount of steps and distance that I cover, it's like miles. Like every day I do like 6 to 8 miles just playing pickleball. Like my
Great
Garmin watch
exercise.
keeps track of like the distance and stuff.
Yeah,
It really works.
it's good that you're not competitive and don't just want to destroy
Right. No, I'm
everybody
not.
that's playing with you.
But yeah, people are asking like, are you taking medicines? Are you doing shots? Like all this stuff? Like no, I used to take medicine and I now don't take anything because
Well,
I lost the weight, which is great.
And we just got back from an epic cave diving weekend with Jonathan Bird and Todd. Actually, where we filmed it. It's going to be on Blue World. But I saw your healthy eating habits. I saw that Burger King chicken sandwich.
Huh? That was good,
That
right?
was very healthy because you didn't get the burger, you got the chicken.
Who knew that if you burn more calories than you eat, you lose weight? That was,
Wow.
huh?
You figured that out?
Amazing.
That's why you're a doctor. Woody, have you had any side effects since you had that Deca? No. Since I was banned. Really, strangely, no. But I tell you what I do. I do load up on electrolytes. I'm so paranoid that it was from dehydration that I don't risk it. I just pound the electrolytes, right? Put on my dry suit, and I can wear a diaper and pee-pee. I know, get a pee valve inserted into it is the easier option, but no. The answer is no. I mean, I haven't felt a thing.
Yeah. But for, again, just to, people don't think that I'm ignoring the question. It's like, if I answer the whole question about weight loss every video, it will be every video. And like I said, I always tell people, like, this has been years in the making, and I'm not here to tell people how to do it. Like, go work with your doctor and figure it out.
Well, I think it's awesome. And
Yeah.
you look great, and you're exercising.
I'm not a doctor. I know people think that I'm a doctor to be giving medical advice here in this channel, but I'm not.
Most think that.
I have to keep reminding people, I'm not a doctor.
It's weird. I thought you were, because you, especially like a marine biologist, I thought for sure you were that. Or a knot expert.
Right.
You could have been a knot doctor, because you know a lot of knots.
Exactly.
No,
okay,
but I
let's
mean,
see.
I don't think I hear you, Todd. It's not annoying, it a little bit, but people, I mean, they recognize it. It's
Yeah.
great. So let's move on. Let's talk about diving. I'm trying to look for some.
What I
diving
can say,
questions.
though, is and in terms of diving, it really hasn't changed anything. I'm not doing some new dives or different dives because I lost some weight. Like, no.
Paul
that
says
hasn't
there's
really
lots of Chinese fishing boats around Galapagos.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
heard
know
that.
I didn't know that. But they weren't when I was there.
Yeah. Let's
Abacus
see.
Institute
What are
was
some of
scary.
the dives you were
Yeah,
looking forward to
Tomas-
this year?
oh.
Saudi Arabia. I was looking to Saudi Arabia
that was
for
great.
months.
Absolutely. It was
I still
amazing.
like, even going to the airport, I still couldn't believe we were going. That's how
It was awesome.
dreamy that whole trip was for me. Like, we were going, I had a boarding pass, we were checking in at Qatar Airways through the Q suite line, not the long line like all those other savages, and I still couldn't believe it that we were flying to Saudi Arabia.
I know.
It's amazing.
I know. It was absolutely one of my most favorite travel experiences ever. And the country is amazing. The friendliness, the food. Forget about the food here. After I left Saudi Arabia, I'm like, we eat disgusting food here.
Oh yeah.
It's so high quality. They care.
Yeah.
They literally would bring you stuff, and it's like they don't even want you to pay. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Um
Thank you, Shell. This hat's awesome. Look at this. It's like a work of art. Representing the alien species of the ocean. I know, yes, Troy. Yeah. Let's talk about diving. What could we talk about?
Let's see. Do
We-
you
we
guys
have some
work
cool
at
videos
with
coming
the
up.
Georgia Aquarium? So I am still a volunteer there. at the Georgia Aquarium, although I don't dive there as much as I should.
I was for years. I think I hit my 10-year mark is when I finally stopped. And I'll be honest, the only reason I stopped is time commitment. There is a commitment.
Yeah.
Like you have to dive a certain amount of times a month and a certain number of environments, and I just don't have that time right now while I'm opening all my swim schools.
And I will say that saying that makes it sound like we're complaining, like we're being ungrateful, because most people that want to be volunteers at Georgia Aquarium, it's like, oh, they're making you dive. That sounds horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like, we make it sound like it's a chore, but it really is not. It's a privilege.
It is.
Yeah, it's just I wish we had more time.
That's it. Thank you. I think it's silent. The last dive moment that made you nervous. Oh, let me think about nervous. Well, I have one. I think mine, going into El Diablo at the beginning of it, I'm really weird. When I'm first getting ready, especially with an entrance, if you even want to call El Diablo an entrance, I don't even know how to describe how horrible it is. I have butterflies. But once I'm underway, I'm not nervous. It changes immediately. It's so weird. The moment I go underwater, those butterflies, it goes away because all your gear's on and you're breathing. It's totally relaxed. But crawling into El Diablo, I've been to a lot of entrances before, and you were like, just wait. It's horribly disgusting, smelling, nasty, tight. Everything's trying to kill you. You can't even find the line. Which line, by the way? There's a bunch that'll tangle you and kill you.
What's there not to love?
And I want to go back.
I know.
I don't know what's wrong with us.
It's mental problems.
That for me, that cave, guys, that El Diablo cave is...
Last week, I was in a dive that I was a little nervous about, and it was mainly because I had never done that specific place at Eagle's Nest, which was the pit. And it was because the people I was diving with, they were telling me, like, oh, before we get to the pit, there's a restriction. And it's at, like, 280 feet. It's really deep, and it's a restriction. And, of course, because I'm diving twin set, and I have another tank, and I have the go in front of me, like, I look massive, you know, compared to normally what we dive is a sidewinder. We're very, very small. So I'm like, okay, am I going to fit? And they're like, well, you know, it's when you go in, it's a lot easier to fit, but on the way out, I don't know why. It's the angle of the cave. It's harder to come out, but don't get nervous and whatever. It's like they're hyping this thing, and I'm like, man, I feel like I'm a decent enough cave diver that I got this, right? And, you know, I went in like a little nervous, and then I remember coming out and I'm like, was that it? The restriction back there? Was that it? Or is there did we take a different route?
But I remember
it didn't feel at all like a restriction. It was a big hole.
And we talked about it, you and I, on this recent trip. And the reason what's happened to us, because that's happened to me as well, stuff doesn't feel that tight anymore. Right. Because I could tell. We have done tight now. Yeah. In some of the Mexico, Shangri-La, like that's really tight. Yeah. So now that stuff, it just doesn't feel that tight. Yeah. That it's all perspective. Hey Roke, I need that squid hat. Where can I get one? I don't know. It was sent to me as a gift.
Etsy. Yeah, it's in Etsy.
Okay. I love. They make it. People have made me some incredible hats.
Yeah. Let's see. Most interesting night dive. When and where? I gotta think about this one. I would say the most interesting one was the one where I was trying to become a dive guide, and Woody made me guide a night dive, which is nightmare.
I remember that. You did fine.
Well, but yeah, everybody survived, so that was good.
You can mix up people if they cross their lights and all that. I think for me, and it's kind of famous. It's the Pelagic night dive in Kona. It's very famous. It just has like so many aliens underwater. Yeah. So I enjoyed that one, but I there's been a bunch, but that one sticks out.
I do want to answer Dylan's question. He said, did anything else come out of our incident with Dan and our meeting with Dan? Like, have they changed anything? Yeah. Have they made any modifications? Yes. I am not sure what Dan has done. They said they were going to do things, but I personally never followed up with them to confirm if they did. What I will say that did happen, and maybe it's just interesting timing, but I don't care if we were the reason for it, if we helped, or if we didn't help at all and it was just the right timing. But now there's a chamber, a hyperbaric chamber in Abaco. So you don't have to fly to Nassau anymore or whatever. If somebody else gets bent in those caves, they will be able to go into the chamber at that island. No need to, go through the nightmare that we had to go through. By the way, till this day, my only private flight. So thank you for that. Being on a private plane to Nassau. But yeah, so what came out of that, to answer your question, is there is now a hyperbaric chamber in Abaco. So people don't have to go through it.
Hey, to Dan's credit, first of all, they covered everything. And what I think really came out of it is they weren't totally at fault. And I think we share some of the blame. But procedures have changed with them that makes it much easier to get help, or they warn you about places where you can't get help. Mm-hmm. And you also don't have to fill out that crazy long form while you're seriously sick.
Yeah.
Right? You can't concentrate. They've shortened all that up. They will also help you develop an emergency action plan anywhere you go before you go. So call them. Hey, if I have a problem in wherever,
what do I do?
Can I get help from you? Will they accept Dan, or am I on my own and I should expect that I'm going to have to use my own credit card? They'll help you develop that emergency action plan, and I respect that.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that you get from it is clarity regarding what is available for you where you're going, or lack thereof. One good example is there was a place that we were looking at in Belize. Somebody just posted they came back from Belize to host a meetup. And it's like this amazing resort in a private island. Okay. So the question is, if somebody gets bent, where do you treat them in a private island? Like, what do you do? Like, call a helicopter? Everything gets more complicated when you do that. Like, yeah, it is cool that you're on a private island, but if you do get bent, then and that's where Dan could come up and be like, it's a cool trip, but if you have problems, here is your emergency plan.
Yes. Hey, Terry, welcome back. We were asking you a question and you didn't respond. So now we need you to. Where do people sign up for the Try Go experience that we are offering at Diver Supply in Marietta, and what is the date?
Yeah,
if you could post that would be great.
I think the dates are May 3rd and 4th, but I don't remember the exact link.
You could post the sign-up website. We can't remember that.
Yeah. When is your next cave dive together? I don't think we have anything. Well, we have that stuff in May. We just finished some cave diving.
We got back this weekend.
We just got back this weekend, but we have next month. We're going to the Bahamas, which I'm excited about.
There's another super chat of talking about how handsome and hot you are. Oh, and hi, everybody. I'm Woody.
Yes, and thank you for the compliments, Beast 007.
Terry, can you post that? What is the website for our Try Go experience? And by the way, you'll be able to do that with Gus, Mike Young, and me.
That's
right.
We
are the three instructors that are going to be leading that experience
here
in Marietta at Diver Supply.
Yeah. Great question. At this point...
No, not DiveTalkMeetup.com.
No.
She put DiveTalkMeetup.com.
No. That's just the... Yeah,
we're talking about Try Go. Okay, let me get it. There we go.
All right, so here's the question. At this point, are there any dives that you're training for specifically as a challenge or a next step up, or are you content with your current diving?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I don't know about ever being content, because you can be humbled really quickly when you're doing like technical cave diving. I think you need to stay in practice, but I'm not really looking to get any more certifications. I kind of just made that announcement this weekend, and it's not because I feel like I'm there. It's just that I'm really happy with the diving that I'm doing, and I'm looking to not increase the level of technical diving that I'm doing. Cave diving, I love it, and I don't really need to go further in the cave or deeper in the caves, because that could lead to a class I think you're interested in, which is maybe like a dual rebreather class. That could be a level up.
Yeah, there are a couple of... I
don't have that desire to do that.
There are a couple of things I want to be exposed to. Doesn't necessarily mean that I want to do that ongoing. that I want to do that in an ongoing basis. But yeah, dual rebreather will be cool, and also do some deep exploration, 400 feet, 500 feet deep dives. That would be cool. Be exposed to that. Not that I want to do it all the time, but I don't know. That 500 sounds like such a cool number. 500 feet.
And it's funny, as I get older, to throw my Dive Talk Go on my Scuba Pro BC and jump into warm water with my new Dive Volk. They gave me this whole lights and camera rig with my iPhone. I mean, you should see what they gave me, and just take some video of some pretty fish.
Yeah.
What's happened to me? That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, just take it easy.
But I do love like that Rocky Horror we just dove.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was fun. That Rocky Horror cave we just dove this weekend. It's oh man, it's really
Somebody
fun.
asked earlier if why don't you post your dives like without commentary? We just want to watch you guys dive. We actually do that for members. There's a members only playlist, and we just upload the content there unedited. Literally, if we recorded 2 hours of diving, we just upload it there and share it with the members, because we realize that mostly the people that would sit there and watch 2 hours of just me and Woody cave diving would be members, would be people that want to support the channel. And obviously,
you and I, mainly.
Your
and
support
Terry.
As a member is what helps us go dive and film those dives.
No doubt.
So,
Rishi, I know. Like Dr. Harris, good friend of ours, that does hydrogen diving, right? I don't think he teaches it with anybody else, but these are dives. What depth did he go to, Rishi? Man, I don't remember.
Well, the video that we watched was 240 feet. 240 meters, 868 feet, something like that.
Amazing.
Yeah, those guys are
way
going
beyond me. Are you two
crazy.
planning on? Thank you, Amelia. Wow, thank you for that. Are you two planning to dive in Europe in the future? Yes. So are you so cute in this hat too, Woody? Wow, I got a compliment, and then of course, and Gus, you're looking good too. But they almost threw you in on this one, like, all right, I'm going to give you. So, wow, Amelia, I don't know who you are, but I definitely want to meet you now. Just because usually I'm the invisible man. I'm just saying, and now I got a compliment for once.
Nice. Dylan has a really good idea. He's like, on a recent video, you talked about how to spot people who are not divers when they say stuff like the pressure inside the cave was crushing or whatever. Why don't you make a stuff-only fake diver say video?
That's funny.
That would be pretty funny, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
wow, Rishi, 900 and change. Unbelievable. These kind of things are like, there's one guy in the world type of thing that can do that, and that's probably him. Just think about that. He's just that level and world class.
Yeah, people keep saying that you're cute. What is this, like a Make-A-Wish type of situation going on here? Or?
Make-A-Wish. Those are my wishes. I mean, I don't know. I'm feeling a little in love lately. I mean, It's all about Gus, and then there's Woody. One person said recently on a comment, the channel would be at 1 million if Woody was not on there. How do you think that makes me feel? Can you believe that? I'm reading that. I'm like, wow,
terrible.
I thought, but by the way, I think I responded. I just said, thank you. I don't know what to say. Probably true, but
bad.
okay. Hey,
that's not cool. Are you guys still doing members only merch? That is the goal. So recently I ordered, by the way, this is exclusive for the people right here where we have 152 viewers. Fans, like battery power fans that have our logo on them, because the hot months are coming. And we're going to be giving those away to our Argonaut members for free. Yeah.
Great. I'm glad.
They're really cool.
Rob, thank you, man. I'm just here for what. See, I'm getting support. Look at this sympathy. I need it. I need a little love.
Are you guys still trying to get Cowboy on? Yeah, we would love to get Donald Cerrone here.
He never responded.
No, he never.
Because I actually think it would be really. It wouldn't be like us ripping him apart.
No.
I think he would be fun to dive with.
Let's go diving. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not like that. I mean, we are like that, but we're not going to do that to him. He'd probably rip us apart back.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Bob
Thanks,
from
Bob.
California gave away a membership. Thank you. Raid says hello. Yeah, people love the back and forward. Even with a video of that guy who claims he died and went into the Matrix or whatever.
You mean the one that saw
people didn't learn anything from that complete
the
and
one
utter
that saw
nonsense.
God?
But they really
the one
value
that's-
our interactions.
But are you talking about the one that saw God? Just say yes, the one that saw God.
I'm not,
You have to say it. Part of my coaching, it didn't work.
What
You're not
coaching?
going to say it.
Listen,
He saw what he
Yeah, okay.
perceived as God. What's wrong with that?
wait till people see the video next week. The video next week, it's outrageous. Again, you guys are not going to learn anything. It's just complete and utter nonsense. But, bro,
Wait, which
some
one?
people are like,
Next week?
yeah, that's like ancient civilizations living in caves that were like advanced, like full on the plot of like Wakanda Forever living in caves. Like, bro, what are you talking about? And by the way, I still don't know where do they find these videos? How do they have the time to find these outrageous stuff and then recommend to us? So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the underwater angels guy. Dude, what is this? Like, OnlyFans? Like, Woody, show your apps. What is this? No.
Oh, somebody asked me to show the shred? I'll show some shred.
Show the shred.
Show the shred?
No. Let's not. Let's not show
I'm
it.
not kidding. I know I keep saying this, but I'm not kidding. I am growing.
Yeah? You gained
Growing
1
stuff.
pound.
No, I feel... But it felt so good this weekend cave diving. You know how, like, in every sport, you have an on day. You know how that can be?
Yeah,
You
just
don't know
on.
why. You don't know what's going on. This weekend cave diving, I was on. And I'm not saying I'm good.
Yeah.
Forget that.
You always show up and you're like, I don't even know if I'm going to be good. Please be patient with me. And it was like...
I don't know what happened. It was just, and I used,
Perfect.
like, you had used my other tank. So, like, I had to use a tank where my rigging wasn't on it and it was like backwards or whatever. All of a sudden, I'm like whining, like I always do. I got to put on these tanks because you used my tank
Right.
that I have perfect. I put these on, I go underwater. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what it was. I was just perfect.
It was
And
perfect.
Next week I could dive and I'll look like garbage. I don't know. It just felt so good this weekend. Kate.
This is a good question. Gus, are you going to do dual rebreathers with a go on your chest and one on your back? I don't know what I'm going to pick in terms of dual rebreathers. My original thought was to do the sidewinder and the sidekick. Because if I'm going to do dual rebreathers, more than likely I'm going to do it in caves. Just so I don't have to stage tanks every, whatever, at 2,000 feet or whatever. And if I'm going to be in a cave, I want to be as streamlined as possible. So it will probably be Sidewinder and Sidekick. But, man, the Go is just such a good unit.
It would be perfect.
Just put it on your chest and call it a day.
Not? You could
Maybe
definitely
Sidewinder and Go.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a problem.
Yeah. So
And
I
by
still
the way,
don't know.
the Go, it is absolutely a perfect rebreather for cave diving.
Yeah.
I think we misled people. Especially when you put that extender on it.
Yeah. That's what I
It's
did.
the only rebreather that we know of that was tested and didn't have any breakthrough for 6 hours.
I know.
Let me see somebody else show that.
Yeah.
6 hours. So now it's 6 hours rated.
It's amazing.
Come on. That's amazing.
The other thing that I was going to mention is... I forgot what I was going
Does
to mention.
Gus not believe the guy who stabbed himself in the heart? I don't know why he doesn't. Also, Cowboy would come back saying he saved y'all from a shark with his hands. This is what
Okay.
he said.
I forgot what I was going to say about the dual rebreather thing.
That you would use the Go, or would you rather use your sidekick or the sidewinder? That's what we were
Yeah, I
talking
mean,
about.
it would be Sidewinder and Go, or it would be Sidewinder and Sidekick. One of
Yeah.
those two combinations.
Perfect.
Either way, if you want to do it legit, like meaning take a class, get certified, and all of that, then you need to spend at least 100 hours diving each unit. So you have to be very experienced with both rebreathers that you're diving. It's not like just buy a rebreather on Temu and throw it on and count on it. You have to spend a lot of time on them. Does Gus still not believe the guy who stabbed himself in the heart? Of course not. It's complete made-up nonsense. Also, Cowboy would come back saying he saved y'all from a shark with his hands. Yeah, which is the comment that you read. But no, yeah, of course not. Who believes that guy stabbed himself in the chest? That's dumb. Like, even if you use a really good knife, like this knife I was showing earlier from Dylan, which still, damn, Dylan, bro, this is so hard. But anyway, you use an awesome knife like this, it's hard to do it. And you're going to tell me that this guy took a notoriously horrible dive knife and through all his gear, pinpoint accuracy on his heart? You could bring the director of heart surgery from Stanford and he wouldn't be able to do it. And you're telling me that some drunk Croatian dude did it? Bro, come on. Doesn't make any sense. Is it exhausting being down for 6 hours? No, it's awesome. Especially if you have a mission, like if you're doing something. My longest dive to date is 4 hours and 10 minutes, and I didn't want to get out. I could have done that for another 4 hours. I loved it. Do you guys worry about getting water in the scrubbers? Is it rare for that to happen and poison you?
I think that's a great question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
The fact that they even knew that. So we have scrubbers. Scrubbers remove the carbon dioxide when we're on a rebreather. If you get water in the scrubber, most rebreathers, you can't recover from that and you'd have to bail out, and that's why we bring bailout gas. I don't worry about it, but because you're trained to deal with, you flooded it. But it could burn your mouth. But there are some, like your sidekick, right, where you could literally open the DSV, you could open it and sit there and flood it, and it will not flood that thing.
Yep.
So it just depends on the rebreather. But for like in the Dive Talk Go, if you flooded that rebreather and got that sorb soaking wet, you'd need to bail out. Same with the Sidewinder, same thing.
Yep. Thinking about getting into diving, but I take Ritalin. I have no idea what that is.
I think it's for people that are maybe like hyperactive or ADD.
I would say
that's your doctor.
I would say Jorge should answer, but bro, on the last call for the meetup, I don't know if you caught that. Jorge is our official doctor for the meetup, like director of medicine for the meetup, because we have several doctors going. I mean, I can name at least 3 or 4 right at the top of my head, without counting me. Other doctors.
I wasn't counting.
But I think somebody asked like a question about like alcohol or drinking alcohol, and Jorge is like something like, what did he say? As long as you don't black out, as long as you drink more water. I'm like, bro, you're supposed to say no, don't drink alcohol. Like, what is this? I almost had to step in. But yeah, he gave some of this like medical advice, and I was like, that doesn't sound like legit medical advice. So no, I don't know. Ritalin. All I remember Ritalin is Tom Cruise losing it when he was asked about Ritalin.
ADHD meds. That's what Terry said.
We'll do 12 more minutes. We're gonna stop at an hour.
I have a lot of letters of problems. ADDDDDHHHHDDD.
Have you all
ever had to bail out?
Yes. Outside of training. True. Yes.
That was when my ADV blew on my rebreather in a cave. I bailed.
Let's see. What else do we have? Somebody asked for a update on my knife collection. I don't have a knife collection. I have knives, but I don't like collect knives. I use them all.
I'm just reading. I'm trying to read the comments because there's so many. Hey, M. Thank you. It's a cool hat. I like it. But, let me see.
If I go certify, I'm able to do solo dive. Would I still need a solo card? What?
That's a good question, Silent.
Don't go solo diving.
Silent said, thank you for the super chat. As instructors, what do you look for to tell someone that has the right mental makeup for diving? At what point do you tell someone it's not for you?
As soon as they walk in with Crocs, I'm out. This is not for you. come on, you're wearing Crocs. You're clearly mentally not there. No, let's answer seriously.
That. I don't know. I mean, I've taught a lot of students where at the beginning in the pool, you're just like, boy, this is going to take some patience. But most people can get certified. I've never had somebody where I just gave up on them. Now, they may not be able to get through it on the minimum number of recommended required dives. They may not be able to do that, but just flat out denial, no. Unless they have a medical condition where the doctor added like a note on the medical that is conditional, then we can't. We're not allowed to as instructors.
Yeah.
So like if they have some medical condition that a doctor says they can't, then silent, then at that point it's not for you. But
yeah,
I can't think of anybody that diving isn't for you unless you just don't want to continue to practice and get through it. I mean, that would be on them. But I think instructors need to be patient and help people.
Yeah, I think a lot of it happens from the very early stages of teaching, like in the water, like in the pool, meaning like confined water. I think that, it's tough sometimes to deal with students that think they know everything and they don't want to listen, or students that don't like it if you make them repeat an exercise that they got right. And I think that Doug has a really good saying, which is, we don't practice until we get it right. We practice until you cannot get it wrong. And I tell people, I'm like, look, if you've done ever martial arts, you don't throw a kick that looks good and the sensei or whoever is like, okay, you're done. That was a good kick. Let's move on to something else. No, you'll do that kick 2,000 times that day. Like, you have to keep practicing and practicing. And that's kind of the philosophy that I think should be more applicable to scuba, which is, just because you can clear your mask one time doesn't mean we're done. I'm going to ask you to do it 1,000 times. And you're going to do it until you can do it one-handed.
Just comfortably without
just
thinking.
Super easy. You cannot get it wrong. You recover your regulator and you cannot not recover it. Like, do it so much that you cannot get it wrong, and that's when you know that you're ready. So the challenge is when you have people that don't listen, or they're like, I already did it right, I don't have to do it again. Those are the tough ones, and those are the ones that I hope you get all of those students. Because, like,
I've had them.
Those are tough. Those are tough to deal with.
Yeah. And I think that gets into ego, right? The pride. Like, just that's a good answer. You want to be comfortable underwater. I mean, to be able to do these skills because they're life-saving.
Yeah.
But I don't just give up and say it's not for you. I don't do that. Not on basic open water certs.
Oh, this is a good one. Do you have any personal favorites in terms of things that we've said? Like, you could always do anything once, or don't talk about promoting holes and things like that. I think what people think that we do is we sit around and like write these things. They just happen. Like that thing, that just came up out of the blue. We don't have a script. So what are like your favorite things? I don't know if I have like a favorite.
You mean of the sayings?
Yeah. Like, I want to promote your hole. That's a very famous one, of you asking Nevada to let you promote their hole. That was just weird.
I mean, I would love to promote their hole.
All right.
That hole was so awesome looking, but
yeah, Devil's Hole in Nevada is awesome.
And it's warm. That hole, isn't that a nice warm hole? From what I remember,
it is hot. Yeah, it's like 94-degree
so
water.
Hot.
Yeah.
So I would love to get in that hole for sure. My favorite saying would be, I don't even know that they're sayings. I'm just talking.
That's just you talking. Yeah.
Way. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what I've said, because that's my problem. It just spews out of my mouth.
Yeah. Sometimes it just happens like magic, without planning it or talking about it. It just happens.
I mean, not most. Actually, all of Dive Talk is unscripted, including our online classes, by the way.
Absolutely.
When we do the online classes, it's a lot like this. We're teaching you with conversation.
Yeah. There's actually a pretty funny one that just came up on the last reaction we recorded, and I hope people watch it. It will come out in like a couple weeks.
Did I spew it?
Where you say you've been diving for 50 years, and I said, oh, you started in your 50s.
That's
and
funny.
then we just laughed for like 30 straight seconds.
I thought that was hilarious.
That just happened. Yeah.
That's great.
sometimes it's weird because people don't know that about us, that we just joke with each other, like, you know, we're best friends.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, you insulted. Like, we jumped on a call. This wasn't even a video. We were just on a call. I don't even remember what the call was for.
Okay.
But you were talking about how you grew up in Florida. And I said, is that when it was still part of Spain?
I remember that.
And the lady on the call was like, oh, my God.
No.
He just insulted.
No.
Anyway.
We have like these weekend dive trips, and we both say they're like our favorite. I mean, this weekend whether we're listening to music, we're joking about diving, it's just, that's how it is.
It is what it is. All right, we have 5 more minutes. Let's see, what other questions? I feel like I've been missing some questions here because I'm just joking around.
There's a bunch. I mean, they're going by fast.
Recently, another dive boat was left behind 2 divers in the water of Australia. Again, do you think there needs to be a better standard to count divers before leaving the site? I mean, I don't know. I feel like boats have a good, like, at least the boats that I've been with, they have a really good method, which is
they roll call.
Yeah, do a roll call. Yeah,
They always do. They should follow that. Hey, Emily. We're definitely not limited by social politics, Troy. I don't even know what. I don't care.
I feel like every video we might get canceled. Like we have no filter. Really, let's see.
Mark, I don't even know what I'm saying. I read your comment. You know Woody is not scripted because he wouldn't be saying some of the things he says. What? What stuff? I haven't said anything weird. Everything I've said is accurate.
Yeah.
There are aliens. We did show civilizations that were obviously
actually
done
I think
by aliens.
Let's not go there. But actually what I was gonna say is that one good evidence that we're not as scripted at all is this week's video on Friday. Like, members who already watch it, they know what I'm talking about. But the people who are not members, or if you're a member and you haven't watched it, Friday's video, we start by saying something like, I make these claims or whatever. Like, I'm super confident. And then we get to the end of the video. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have been talking like that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that the video was going to turn around.
Yeah.
And then we get to the end and I'm like, well, I guess that I wasn't right. So, yeah. Totally unscripted.
But I do notice that because we're like this and we just share it all, good, bad, you know, we get shredded. We get shredded at times on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we've been wrong, and we've been pointed out that we're wrong, but whatever it is, whatever that authenticity is, it definitely seems to be working because we're like approaching our all-time high of subscribers. We're almost at 400,000 subscribers. So maybe more people should just talk real. I mean, we're just divers.
Yeah.
Having fun. I want to do it safely.
I'm not sure what Megan is asking. Mark, has that incident affected you long term, Gus? The incident overseas last year? I think maybe you might be talking about Woody when he got bent, and no, he's back to full shape, getting after it. All right, we got 1 minute to go.
My favorite is what he's saying. I was resting. I was resting that day. I was tired. I was
resting in peace.
Yeah. I was asking in peace. Yeah.
I wish we had that video, man. Damn. Like, some of the best
I do remember it, though.
Go unnoticed.
It's a very strange feeling. You're just tired, really, really tired, and then Gus was spraying me with oxygen. Thanks, Zero. Yes, I remember when you were at a couple thousand. I know. It is amazing. It amazes me all the time. I'm honored. We're honored.
Wait, what's still insane here? I have to print out my stencils. I don't know what that is already. But the bar of 5160 got here to do the prototype of that thing we've been talking about. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, we have to. So I'm making a knife with Dylan. And we're thinking about recording the whole process.
Oh.
So I think for Dive Talk Plus, not for Dive Talk.
That's fine. That's cool.
But yeah, we gotta.
We just did
We
a
gotta
dive
make
with
this happen.
Jonathan Bird. The Dinesha. We just did
Yeah.
a great weekend dive with Jonathan and Todd. You'll see the video. Thanks for starting
Thank
the
you,
channel and sharing your
Kay
knowledge
O'Carroll.
experience. Love you guys. Love the hat, Woody. Thanks, Kay.
Has there been a moment that made you consider quitting? Quitting what? Diving? YouTubing? None of those two, I don't think.
Have I ever gotten mad at Gus and like want to pop him? Not physically, but just like, what the?
Every
and
day.
vice versa. And vice versa. I mean, yeah, but I mean, we always.
That's part of it.
I find that if we're arguing, it's typically to reach the same end goal, but it may be which way we think is the best way to get there. So.
Yeah. This guy goes out
I
with
don't think
Pura
I would
Vida
ever
every
quit-
6 weeks,
quit
hoping
dive
to
talk.
run into
I mean,
it. Yeah, could happen.
in fact, I would rather. I wish we could do dive talk full time.
Double down.
That's really what I would like to do.
Yeah.
Someday.
That would be awesome. All right, one last question. Let's see.
Oh, I love Pura Vida.
Yeah.
Big Nosh, you go out with Pura Vida every 6 weeks. I'm gonna be in South Florida in a few weeks for like a week because I'm going there to visit my swim school. I have to do some stuff there, and I'm definitely bringing my Dive Talk Go, and I'm definitely diving. And by the way, I love Pura Vida, so I would love to go diving. You know, with anybody that when I'm there, I just don't know how to connect with people. It's hard. Like I could post it on Facebook, but I usually just get with people I know. I'm like, Henry, I'm going to be down there. And he makes all the arrangements, and I don't have to do anything but show up, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is where you're diving, Woody. This is the wreck. This is, wow, perfect.
I met someone recently who didn't have a good experience with Pura Vida
Really? They're
because,
so nice.
yeah, I think it was the conditions of the sea weren't good, so they said
Okay.
we're gonna do a Blue Heron Bridge dive
Yeah.
instead. They couldn't go out, in the
Yes.
ocean, and the dive wasn't great. They couldn't see a whole lot. It's like the group
Pura
got lost
Vida?
a little bit with Pura Vida.
You have to dive it at high
So I
tide.
said, give them another shot. I think they deserve another shot because we've had great experiences with them. They do a good job.
They're really professional.
Yeah. Is the Dive to Go commercially available? Yeah, it has been out since August. So,
DiveTalkGo.com.
Yep.
DiveTalkGo.com. Everything you want to know about it is on there.
How often do you spend away from your family? I mean, I don't know.
I travel a lot. I mean, because of my
because of work.
schools and.
Yeah, I travel for work as well, and I try to dive once a month. So I don't know if that answers your question, but at least one weekend or so a month.
Shell, I'd
to go
love
dive.
to dive with brand new divers. Thank you for the compliment. We'd love to have Woody there for my very first dive, and I'm like that. Like that's super cool to me. Brand new divers. I'm not. Let's dive together. I mean, that's how easy it is. We're just gonna go under and be super chilled and relaxed. So. I'm always honored that people want to dive with me, even still.
I want to. God. Dylan. You just want to keep
Careful, though.
mentioning that this thing is insanely.
Yes,
tight.
Rishi, blue heron is awesome. You really need to dive it on high tide or slack tide, or it's just a washout. But it's amazing. There's so many interesting creatures at Blue Heron Bridge.
And yeah, so let's wrap it up here. I think we already answered some of these questions. I'll drop your name. Can we get a discount at the Atlanta Aquarium? Sure, yeah. You tell them that Gus and Woody send you. I'm sure they'll give you a 50% off
Plus
at least.
10% over retail.
Yeah, and free food and beer. No, they don't even know who we are. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. 182 viewers. Not sure what was the hype, but we wanted to take some time and answer some questions because we've been gone. And Woody, you're blurry again, which is great. Let's end it there. But yeah, for those of you coming to the Try Go next month,
Nice.
I think it's May 3rd and 4th. I don't know if
Did Terry ever drop
Terry ever shared the link.
Terry, did you drift? Remember we asked you to put the link for the sign up of the Try
Or
Go.
Rishi or whoever.
Somewhere.
Please sign up. Come and meet us. Dive with us. We look forward to meeting you all. And to those of you going to the meetup,
yes,
very exciting. Very excited to dive with you in Roatan, and make sure you join the calls. We do a call every month where it's kind of like this. It's live, but you do get to ask questions back. It's not a one-way thing.
Yes.
So there you have it. Next call, I think, is April 18th. We'll see you then. And, yeah, we'll see you on the next live stream. Tune in to Friday's video.
South Florida. I'll be there soon.
People died. Very sad, but it's entertaining.